The 2013 Eisenhower Eagles were a relatively young team that loved to hit. For the first time in 3 years, they had a new quarterback, last year's star wide receiver Dan Chmielewski, a gifted athlete who could both pass and throw. The offense also featured newcomer Nate Emery, who proved to be an offensive threat every time he touched the football. There's one way to describe the 2013 Eisenhower Eagle defense, and that is physical. So sit back and enjoy as we review the 2013 Eisenhower Eagles. Our Eagles open the 2013 football season at home against the highly rated Rockford Rams, coached by the legendary Ralph Munger. The Rams made it to the semifinals last year and are hungry for a state championship. Eisenhower would enter the season with a new quarterback, Dan Chmielewski. He takes over from successful three-year starter Joey Zarafa. Ike hopes to take advantage of this home game and get a big win. New quarterback Dan Chmielewski finds the going tough against the Rams. Ike is forced to punt, but they get good coverage on it. Ike's defense comes out aggressively against the Rockford wishbone-style offense, forcing the Rams to punt. Charlie Hayes almost blocks this punt, giving Ike's offense great field position. Dan Chmielewski comes out firing as he finds Nick Ribbing for this 12-yard gain and a first down. The drive would stall, however, and the Eagles would be forced to punt. And Brandon Brunderks places this punt perfectly at the Rockford 2-yard line. On the next play, Rockford would fumble, and it was recovered by number 12, Shane Petke of Eisenhower. The Eagles catch a break here as this apparent interception is called back by offsetting penalties. On 3rd and goal, Chmielewski looks in the end zone. Nick Ribbing can't come up with this pass. The Eagles look for pass interference, but the officials don't see it that way, and the Eagles are forced to attempt a field goal. Eric Delinsky comes on and kicks this 21-yard field goal, and it's Ike 3, Rockford nothing. Rockford comes up with this big play, this big run by number 30, Darian Vaughn. On 3rd and 7, Ike's Kyle Friedel, Charlie Hayes, and Chad Sherry gang up on the Rockford running back, stopping him short of the first down and forcing a punt. Newcomer number 16, Nate Emery, returns this Ram punt 15 yards, where the Eagles again have excellent field position. Dan Chmielewski reads the blitz perfectly, dumps this pass to Adam Figlin, who gets a crushing block by number 47, Logan Friedel, and gets 10 yards and a Ike first down at the Ram 45. On 3rd down, Rockford blitzes, and Dan Chmielewski fumbles the football. Fortunately for Ike, Antonio Angeli was jotting on the spot and recovers for the Eagles, but they were forced to punt. Rockford quarterback Austin McKellar tucks the football in and goes around the right side and burns Eisenhower for 20 yards. On the next play, number 30, Darian Vaughn, busts this run for 31 yards. Then number 32, C.J. Farmer, rips off another 9 yards, and the Eagle defense is hemorrhaging. The The drive would move into the second quarter, and on third down, number 12, McKellar, would find Vaughn, who takes it to the 1-yard line. Then McKellar fights his way into the end zone for the score. The extra point was good, and Rockford would lead 7-3. Eisenhower's next drive stalls, and they're forced to punt. And Tyler Bradford of Rockford returns it 18 yards.
Makes a cut up the middle, and down he'll go. Hayes down there making the tackle, but a good return all the way to the Eisenhower 32-yard line.
Austin McKellar tries to fool the Eisenhower defense with this slick handoff, but number 47, Logan Friedel, is not fooled. On the next play, however, the defense is fooled, and number 30, Darian Vaughn, rips off 17 yards on third down, close to a first down. On fourth and short, Rockford goes for it, and number 4, Ethan LaCourte, gets the first down, despite this smack by Ike's number 22, Chad Sherry. With Rockford approaching the Eagle goal line, the Eagle D stiffens as number 12, Shane Petke, lowers the boom. Rockford is forced to kick a field goal, and Quinn Nordine kicks this 30-yarder, making it 10-3 Rams.
The kick is good. So with 4:44 left to play here in the second quarter, the Rockford Rams take a 10-3 lead.
On third down, Dan Chmielewski scrambles, then takes off, but it's just shy of a first down, and the Eagles are forced to punt. The Eagles almost catch a break as Rockford's Tyler Bradford fumbles, but it's recovered by Bradford, and he's tackled by Kyle Friedel. Rockford's Darian Vaughn rips the Ike defense for another 13 yards and a first down as Shane Petke makes the tackle. With Rockford facing third down, McKellar rolls out and looks downfield. Nate Emery of Eisenhower knocks down this pass, forcing the Rams to punt, ending the first half. To begin the second half, Rockford would receive the kickoff. They do a little razzle-dazzle and fool the Eagles as Austin McKellar returns it to the 37-yard line.
McKellar's got it, and he drags all the way to the 35 for receptive play.
Ike's offense starts the second half with this pass to Adam Figlin, good for 4 yards. On the next play, Rockford is called for pass interference, and it's 1st and 10, Eisenhower. On second down, Dan Chmielewski looks for an open receiver and ends up throwing an interception to Rockford's Jimmy Olowinski, who returns it to the Eagle 29. Logan Friedel stops McKellar on third down, and the Rams are forced to kick this 37-yard field goal by number 15, Quinn Nordine.
Yes, it did. The field goal is good. Well, Eagles have to get some going. They do have to win.
Ike is forced to punt, and Brandon Brunderks booms this 52-yarder. It's fumbled by Rockford and recovered by Ike's number 33, Nick Ribbing. 1st and 10, Eagles at the Ram 29. Number 16, Nate Emery takes this pitch, good for 7 yards. On third down, Dan Chmielewski takes it himself in an attempt to get a first down, but he's just short. Eric Dolinsky comes on and kicks his second field goal of the game, a 29-yarder, making it 13-6. Rockford. On the ensuing kickoff, what looks to be a successful return by Rockford is called back.
send Rockford.
Illegal forward handing on the receiving team. Half the distance to the goal line. First down.
Rockford would start out on its own 2-yard line. Number 32, C.J. Farmer, busts through the line, and only this shoestring tackle by number 3, Charlie Hayes, saves a touchdown. And good Eagle coverage on 3rd down forces Rockford to punt.
They get over there in time. Oh, incomplete to go. Johnston back there on the coverage for Eisenhower as well as Friedel. I thought that McKellar probably.
With the Eagles on their own 17-yard line, Nate Emery gets 13 yards on this run around the left side. The drive moved into the 4th quarter, where the Eagles were forced to punt. The Rams bring in second-string quarterback Landon Haney. He fumbles a snap, and it's recovered by Ike's number 59, Mark Zukowski. On the very next play, Dan Chmielewski fires this pass over the middle, and it's picked off by Rockford's number 9, Randy Garvin.
Right in the arm of number 9, Randy Garvin.
And just like that, they get the ball back up.
Despite this fine play by number 47, Logan Friedel, and number 88, Colin Kasiliak, the Rockford offense methodically marches down the field and gets this 35-yard field goal by Quinn Nordine, making it 16-6.
The kick is good. So at 4th.
On the ensuing kickoff, Nate Emery gets a good return to the Eisenhower 31, good for 24 yards.
Cuts it up. Middle and stays on his feet to the 31-yard line there. You see a little shot.
Ike's offense is forced to try and get points quickly with a little more than 4 minutes left. But the Eagles can't convert on 3rd down, and they are forced to punt. Rockford's wishbone offense chews up chunks of yardage and takes time off the clock, and it results in a score by Darian Vaughn of 24 yards. The Eagle offense in desperation mode cannot get anything going. They are forced to punt. Ike catches a break as Carter Johnston makes a nice play as he grabs this fumble by Rockford on the punt.
21, Ryan Juris. Under to high kick. Juris, he fumbles it. Kind of picked up there by the Eagles. Looked like Chad Johnston got it. Yeah, Johnston has it.
And Tim, it's not often we see a team turn the ball over 6 or 7 times.
Lining up there to shake hands.
With very little time on the clock, the Eagle offense runs out of gas, and Dan Chmielewski takes a knee, ending the season opener. The Eagles drop a tough one to Rockford, 23-6.
Eisenhower next year will travel to Rockford and play them in Rockford.
After trouncing Henry Ford II last year at Ford Field, 56-0, the Falcons had revenge on their minds. The Eisenhower Eagles had other ideas. Eisenhower stopped Ford on their opening drive on this nice play by number 16, Nate Emery. Ike started rolling with this 21-yard run by Nate Emery. Dan Chmielewski rolls out, and just before he's hit, fires a pass downfield, and Nick Ribbing makes a catch, good for 48 yards. That play would lead to the game's first score, a 3-yard run by number 22, Chad Sherry. The extra point was good, and Ike led it 7-0. The Eagles stopped Ford on their next drive, got the ball back, but turned it right over to the Falcons again as Vinny Sarde is separated from the football. The turnover would lead to this Ford field goal attempt, but it was no good, and the score remained 7-0 Eagles. The first quarter would end with the score Eisenhower 7, Henry Ford II 0. At the beginning of the second quarter, Ike's Nate Emery found some daylight and rambled 50 yards for the touchdown. The extra point was good, and Eisenhower led 14-0. On Ford's next offensive series, they would fumble, and the Eagles' number 23, Nick Osich, is right there to recover. The Eagles, however, would return the favor and fumble away the football at the Ford 5-yard line. The Falcons would get on the board as Sammy Shkreli hits Alex Garanikis, and the extra point was missed, however, and it made the score 14-6 Eisenhower. Dan Chmielewski rolls out, finds an open Adam Thiglin for a 27-yard gain. Then Dan Chmielewski throws this beautiful fade to Nick Ribbing for a 10-yard touchdown pass. The extra point, however, was no good, and the score was Eisenhower 20, Ford 6. The first half would end with the score, Eisenhower 20, Ford 6. To begin the second half, the Eagles' number 16, Nate Emery, took over. He turns this kickoff 55 yards. Then he caps the drive with this 15-yard touchdown run. The extra point was good, and the score was 27-6 Eisenhower. On defense, number 47, Logan Friedel, gets this sack, good for a 5-yard loss. With great field position on their next drive, Eisenhower's Dan Chmielewski hits Nick Ribbing, who turns it into a 14-yard gainer. That play would lead to this 32-yard field goal by number 14, Eric Dolinsky, and Eisenhower led Ford 30-6. Ike's defense continued their hard hitting and was stingy as usual. Ike started their next drive with good field position at the Ford 41. Nate Emery breaks through for a 35-yard run. Quarterback Dan Chmielewski takes matters into his own hands and scores from 11 yards out. The extra point was good, and Eisenhower led 37-6. It's another takeaway for Eisenhower on Ford's next drive as number 23, Nick Osich, picks this pass off. Eisenhower's number 42, Tracy Johnson, gets his chance, but would eventually fumble, and Ford recovers to stop the Eagle drive. The third quarter would end with the score, Ike 37, Ford 6. With 9:20 left on the game clock, Nick Osich gets some good blocking and goes around the right side for 45 yards and an Eisenhower touchdown, making it 43-6. Ike's Ryan Wiegand gets the ball back for the Eagles with this nice interception. Wiegand's interception would lead to this 12-yard touchdown run by Tracy Johnson. The extra point was good, and Eisenhower led 50-6. Ford would add a touchdown late in the fourth quarter, but the game was long over by then. Eisenhower gets their first victory of the 2013 season with a 50-13 drubbing of Henry Ford II. After playing 2 straight years at Chippewa Valley, the Eagles finally get a chance to play a home game against the Big Reds. The Big Reds are the favorites to win the MAC Red Crown, and the Eagles hope to spoil their run. On their opening drive, Ike was forced to punt, and Brandon Brunderks nails this punt a beauty for 44 yards. Chippewa Valley's all-county running back Doug Roberts goes around the left side for a big gainer deep into Eisenhower territory. That run set up this 20-yard TD scamper by the Big Reds' other star running back, number 20, Troy Taylor. The extra point was good, and Chippewa Valley led 7-0. When the Eagles got the ball back, number 22, Chad Sherry, busts loose for 70 yards to the Big Reds' 14. Number 16, Nick Emery, gets the ball, and he takes it down to the Big Red 3-yard line. Quarterback Dan Chmielewski goes in from the 2. The extra point was good, and Ike ties the score at 7s. Then the Eagles' number 32, Carter Johnson, comes up with a big play. He makes this interception, and Ike is in business at the Chippewa Valley 38. Ike could not take advantage of the turnover, and Chippewa Valley took over. And they get a big play from all-county running back number 23, Greg Roberts again, as he weaves his way for a 54-yard touchdown run. The first quarter would end with the score Chippewa Valley 14, Eisenhower 7. In the second quarter, on 3rd down, Chippewa Valley throws downfield, and the Eagles are flagged for pass interference. A questionable call. That play would keep the Chippewa Valley drive alive and would lead to this touchdown off the Wildcat set by Chippewa Valley's Doug Roberts. The Eagles get the ball back, and Dan Chmielewski hits Nick Ribbing for an Eagle first down. This completion to Shane Petke puts Ike in the red zone at the Big Red's 13-yard line. On the next play, Dan Chmielewski would fumble the exchange from center, and the Big Reds fall on it. Eisenhower's number 34, Jake Corey, intercepts this Big Reds pass, and Ike is back in business. Quarterback Dan Chmielewski extends this play and finds Charlie Hayes in the end zone for an Eagle touchdown. The extra point was good, and the Big Reds lead was cut to 21-14. The first half would end with the score Chippewa Valley 21, Eisenhower 14. First play of the second half was a big one as Chippewa Valley's Sean Bunting returns this kickoff deep into Eisenhower territory. After a big red penalty, number 20 Troy Taylor gets good blocking and goes around the left side for a 50-yard touchdown run. The extra point was good, and the Big Reds now led 28-14. The Eisenhower Eagle defense had Chippewa Valley 3rd and long on the Big Reds' next drive, but Brandon Rolfs hits his big tight end, number 17 Kyle Mueller, for a big first down, again back deep in Eisenhower territory. Despite hard-hitting defensive play, the Big Reds catch a break. Literally, it resulted in another Chippewa Valley touchdown. The extra point was good, and the Big Red now led 35-14. The third quarter would end with the score Chippewa Valley 35 and Eisenhower 14. In the fourth quarter, Eisenhower would hold Chippewa Valley on 3rd down and force them to punt. Dan Chmielewski rolls out and finds Charlie Hayes for a 45-yard gain. On 3rd and 5 in Big Red territory, quarterback Dan Chmielewski gets the ball stripped, and the Big Reds recover. Ike's D holds and forces a Big Red punt as Chad Sherry tackles the Big Red quarterback. Dan Chmielewski scrambles and finds number 4 Adam Figlin at the Big Red 31, but the play is called back for an ineligible man downfield. On 2nd and long, Dan Chmielewski picks up a good chunk of yardage here. Then number 16 Nate Emery gets 17 more yards on the counter. That would lead to this touchdown pass to Charlie Hayes. The extra point was good, and it was Hayes' second touchdown of the game. The score now 35-21 Chippewa Valley. Chippewa Valley would seal the deal with this touchdown run by number 20 Troy Taylor, his 3rd of the game. The final score, Chippewa Valley 42, Eisenhower 21. The Eisenhower Eagles traveled to Grosse Pointe South looking to even their record on the year. Last year, Ike defeated the Blue Devils at Barney Swinehart Field 39-0. Grosse Pointe South began the game with the football. On 3rd down, they fumbled, and Ike's number 47, Logan Friedel, recovers. These two runs by the Eagles' Nate Emery put Eisenhower in field goal range. The Eagle drive would stall, and number 14, Eric Dolinsky, comes on and kicks this 27-yard field goal, and Ike leads it 3-0. On 3rd down, this incomplete pass to number 83, Tony Moore, makes it 4th down, and the Grosse Pointe South Blue Devils are forced to punt. Nate Emery gives Eisenhower good field position on this punt return. Ike almost catches a big break as their drive stalls. They're forced to punt, but Carter Johnson almost makes a big play and recovers the fumble.
Miami out there, all right?
Gross Point's number 10, Richie Kish, and number 81, Jordan Spratt, hook up for 12 yards on this play. Eisenhower's number 12, Shane Petke's flying around the football all game. Here's a big hit by him. Gross Point quarterback number 10, Richie Kish, gets in rhythm as he connects with Jordan Spratt on these next two plays, good for a total of 27 yards. Richie Kish would hit number 18, Brian Blansney, good for 13 yards, ending the first quarter. Ike led 3-0, but Gross Point South was threatening. On the first play of the second quarter, Ike's number 23, Nick Osich, tips this pass, and it's intercepted by number 4, Adam Figlin. Eisenhower's offense could do nothing with the football, but number 77, Tony Angeli, comes up big as he stops Sam Hunter, number 23, of Gross Point South for a 3-yard loss. Despite that good play by Angeli, Gross Point South keeps moving. Kish finds number 83, Tony Moore, for 18 yards. Gross Point South drives down the field, but number 32, Carter Johnson, stops him here on this third down play. The Blue Devils go for it on fourth down, and number 32, Carter Johnston, and number 3, Charlie Hayes, stop Gross Point South short of the first down. And it's 1st and 10, Eisenhower at the 20. Number 16, Nate Emery, fumbles this football, but an alert number 61, Michael Augustini, recovers for Eisenhower. Eisenhower's punter, Brandon Brundrix, comes on, and he gets the punter's bounce, and he rolls this one for 53 yards. The Gross Point South Blue Devils runner, number 23, Sam Hunter's a tough man to bring down, but number 36, Christian McKeskey, does just that, forcing the Blue Devils to punt. With 53.9 seconds left to play in the first half, Eisenhower had the ball on their own 25. But this Dan Chmielewski pass is intercepted by Gross Point South's number 38, Khalid Shimarusti, and it's 1st and 10, GPS. Number 88, Colin Kasilniak, hits the Gross Point South quarterback just before he throws the football, and the results are an incomplete pass. On third down, number 47, Logan Friedel, gets a big quarterback sack here, forcing the Blue Devils to punt. The first half would end with Eisenhower leading 3-0. On the kickoff to begin the second half, Ike gets a good return by number 16, Nate Emery. The Eagle offense would ride the back of number 16, Nate Emery, and he would get them into field goal range. Eisenhower's number 14, Eric Dolinsky, would come on and calmly kick his second field goal of the game, a 27-yarder, and with 8:20 left to play in the third quarter, Eisenhower led 6-0. Eisenhower's number 34, Jake Corey, playing like a crazed dog, stops the Gross Point South running back, Sam Hunter, for only 2 yards. When the Eagles get the ball back, they start moving again with number 16, Nate Emery. Here he rips off 19 yards. Unfortunately, the Eagle drive would stall and they were forced to punt. But number 12, Shane Petke, has great coverage here. Richie Kish and Jordan Spratt hook up once again, this time for 45 yards to the Eagle 49. This helmet-to-helmet penalty called on Eisenhower's number 22, Chad Sherry, gives Gross Point South another first down. Number 88, Colin Kasilniak, and number 47, Logan Friedel team up on this sack, forcing the Grosse Pointe South Blue Devils to punt. Dan Chmielewski would roll out and find number 4, Adam Figlet, good for 17 yards. And the quarter would end with Eisenhower leading 6-0. On third down, number 10, Dan Chmielewski would find his favorite target, number 33, Nick Ribbing, and that play would be good for 20 yards and a first down to the 40. Number 22, Chad Sherry, rams his way for 7 yards. Dan Chmielewski looks like he hits Adam Figlin for a apparent touchdown, but it's called back because of holding. The Eagle drive would stall, and Grosse Pointe South would take over, but number 4, Adam Figlin, snuffs out the bubble screen. With the aid of a face mask penalty, Grosse Pointe South is moving the football. Kish finds number 83, Tony Moore, good for 12 yards. With the ball on the Eagle 34, it looks like this Grosse Pointe South drive would end, but number 12, Shane Petke, can't corral this pass. The Grosse Pointe South drive would eventually end as this pass goes through the hands of number 83, Tony Moore, and it's picked off by number 12, Shane Petke of Eisenhower, and the Eagles defense comes up big again. With 2 minutes and 58 seconds left to play in the ballgame, number 27, Andrew Trost of Grosse Pointe South, makes this fantastic interception. The Blue Devils move the ball to their own 42, and they need a big play on fourth down, and it's about a foot short. So with 1 minute and 32 seconds left, the Eagles take over. With 1 minute 32, the Eisenhower Eagles take a knee on first down. Grosse Pointe South calls timeout. Eisenhower's number 75, Robert Hawk, is called for unsportsmanlike conduct, stopping the clock, making it third down. Forced to punt out of their own end zone, Coach Chris Smith sends Dan Chmielewski in to do the punting. He's told to run around and take a safety if he has to. But Chmielewski sees an opening on the left side and thinks he can make a first down. He's a little short, and Grosse Pointe South takes over. The Blue Devils get one more chance, but this pass goes incomplete, and Ike wins 6-0, evening their record at 2-2. Stay tuned for our special feature right after this. The 4-0 Dakota Cougars visit the 2-2 Eisenhower Eagles at Barney Swinehart Field. The Cougars are 7-12 against Eisenhower in the regular season and 4-5 in the playoffs. Cougars are in the running for the MAC Red Crown. The Eagles just trying to keep their 14-year consecutive playoff appearance streak alive. The Ike defense is fired up as Nick Osich and company stuffed the Dakota offense on the first play from scrimmage. With Dakota deep in Eisenhower territory, the Eagles, led by Charlie Hayes, string out this running play. Then, number 12, Shane Petke, snuffs out this pass play and levels the Cougar running back. On third down, JoJo Sukar wraps up quarterback Tyler Crowell and forces Dakota to attempt a field goal. Pasquale Madonna comes on and kicks this 33-yard field goal, and Dakota draws first blood and leads 3-0. On Eisenhower's first series, Dan Chmielewski hits his tight end Logan Friedel over the middle for a gain of 8 yards. Despite that nice pass play to Friedel, Eisenhower is unable to sustain the drive, and on Dakota's next drive, number 4 Adam Figlin makes a bid for an interception, but it's broken up in the score after 1 quarter of play. Dakota 3, Eisenhower nothing. On the first play of the second quarter, Ike gets the break they were looking for as Dakota fumbles, and it's recovered by the Eagles' number 47 Logan Friedel. The Eagles could do nothing with the turnover, and a bad punt gave Dakota excellent field position, but number 59, Mark Sokowski, pushes back. Again, it's a fired-up Mark Sokowski with a big quarterback sack. On third down, an alert Logan Friedel snuffs out this screenplay. On the punt, Eisenhower is called for running into the kicker after the ball hits the ground and goes through the legs of Pasquale Maradona, costing Eisenhower a 5-yard penalty. Rather than punt it, Dakota fakes it, and number 40 Nico Savage picks up the first down for the Cougars. On fourth down, the Eagle defense comes up big with this stop by Shane Petke, and it is first down Eisenhower. Eisenhower gets a big first down as Dan Chmielewski hits Nick Ribbing, and the Eagles look like they're moving. The drive would stall, however, and Brandon Brunders comes on and hits this 54-yard punt. Dakota's first play on the drive after the punt is a halfback option, which almost results in a Cougar touchdown. On a crucial third down late in the second quarter, Tyler Crowell hits his big tight end Crawford, number 15, over the middle, and the big tight end gets a first down for the Cougars. With time running out in the half, the Cougars threatening, Mark Zukowski comes up with a big sack, forcing a timeout by Dakota. With 38.6 seconds left, Tyler Crowell finds Benji Marshall in the back of the end zone, and it's a touchdown for the Cougars. The extra point was good, and Dakota led 10-0. After forcing Ike to punt to begin the second half, Dakota is driving. Adam Figlin, though, makes this fine play for a 4-yard loss. Ike's defense stiffens and forces this 47-yard field goal attempt by Pasquale Madonna, which is no good. On Eisenhower's drive, they dial up the screenplay as number 40 Andrew Zukowski gets 14 yards and an Eisenhower first down. The Eagle drive would stall, and Brandon Brunders comes on and gets this punt to roll to the Dakota 6. On 3rd and 1, the Cougars are stuffed. Jojo Sukar and Nick Osich forcing Dakota to punt. The third quarter would end with the score: Dakota 10, Eisenhower nothing. Ike's drive in the fourth quarter goes nowhere. They're forced to punt from their own goal line, and Dakota's Benji Marshall returns at 30 yards, finally tackled by Ike's number 36, Chris McCaskey. That return would lead to this 24-yard pass from Mangian to Crawford, and the extra point was good, and Dakota led it 17-0. With time a factor, Dan Chmielewski hits Logan Friedel for a 13-yard gain and an Eisenhower first down. While in Dakota territory, Ike decides to go for it on fourth down, but Chmielewski's pass to Adam Figlin falls short and Dakota takes over. Dakota's Zach Flack reaves his way through the line and rips off 30 yards. Then, number 7 Marcus Moon almost gets into the end zone on this run, and it's 1st and goal Cougars. His next attempt, Moon follows his lineman and lands in the end zone for a Cougar touchdown. The extra point was good. Dakota now led 24-0. In desperation mode, Ike's Dan Chmielewski tries to force a big play, but it's picked off by Dakota. The Dakota Cougars hand Eisenhower its 3rd loss of the season. The final score, Dakota 24, Eisenhower nothing. Stay tuned. 2 wins and 3 losses. The Eisenhower Eagles were desperate for a win to stay in contention for the state playoffs. They traveled to Roseville to take on the Panthers for a rare Saturday game. When the Eagles get the ball, Dan Chmielewski goes right to work and he hits Adam Figlin with this pass, good for 9 yards. Then this pitch to Andrew Sukowski, good for an Eagle first down. Gribbing hauls this pass in and turns it into a 10-yard gain. Then it's Andrew Sukowski again, around the right side, taking it to the Roseville 5, making it 1st and goal Eagles. Andrew Sukowski gets the call again, and he takes the football in the end zone. The Eagles led it 6-0. The extra point was good, and the early lead for Eisenhower was 7-0. The Panthers used their big fullback to try to pound it into the teeth of the Eagle defense. Number 44, Hayden Beckholtz, brings down Michael Evans, forcing Roseville to punt. But again, it's special teams and being over-aggressive and getting penalized for running into the kicker, giving Roseville a first down. Ike's defense does a good job stopping the Panthers after the penalty as Logan Friedel leads the way. Number 80, Jake Danderan, takes in this pass and turns it into a 15-yard gain. On 4th down and 3, it's Danderan again, making this nice catch for an Eagle first down. The Eagles go for it again on 4th down, but this time they come up empty, and it's 1st and 10 Roseville. Early in the second quarter, Ike gives the ball to their running back, number 40, Andrew Sukowski, and he rambles for 13 yards. Quarterback Dan Chmielewski rolls out and throws this pass into the end zone, and Nick Gribbing is there who makes the reception. A great catch. The Eagles score again. The extra point was good, and Ike now led 14-0. On 3rd and 11 from their own 23, Roseville tries this pass, and it's picked off by the Eagles' Logan Friedel. When Roseville got the ball back, quarterback Mike Evans shows what a gifted athlete he is. Only Vinnie Herman prevents a score with this tackle. On 4th down and 9, the Roseville center snaps it over the head of Mike Evans, and Ike has great field position again. Eisenhower's number 40, Andrew Sokowski, goes around the right side again, gets good blocking and good yardage. This play was at first ruled a touchdown, then an incompletion. What do you think? Number 14, Eric Dolinsky, comes on and kicks this field goal, making it 24-0 Eagles. When Roseville got the ball back, they run into a tenacious Eisenhower defense. Late in the second quarter, Ike is in their 2-minute offense. On the last play of the first half, Ike tries for the score. This pass goes incomplete, and the half would end with the score Eisenhower 24, Roseville nothing. To begin the second half, the Roseville kicker whiffs on this kickoff, and Ike has great field position. Then Andrew Sokowski takes this pitch, gets good blocking and good yardage, and an Eagle first down. It's Miller again for another 7 yards. Dan Chmielewski throws this perfect fade pass to Charlie Hayes. Hayes goes up for it, hauls in the pass, and it's an Eisenhower touchdown. The extra point was good, and it's 31-0 Eagles. Ike's defense holds Roseville and gets the ball back to Ike's offense. The Eagles turn to number 23, Nick Osich, to help eat some clock. Osich's runs helped to set up this touchdown pass from Dan Chmielewski to number 42, Tracy Johnson. The extra point was good, and now Eisenhower led 38-0. The Panthers get on the board as quarterback Mike Evans throws the bomb and comes up with 6. The extra point was no good. The score now, Eisenhower 38, Roseville 6. When the Eagles get the ball back, they turn to number 42, Tracy Johnson, to run down the clock. Eisenhower eventually was forced to punt, and Roseville again goes deep as Mike Evans hits Adrian Smiley deep in Eisenhower territory. The Panthers then turn to their big fullback, and he does not disappoint, eventually pulling his way into the end zone for a Panther touchdown. The extra point was good, and the score now was 38-13 Eisenhower. Eisenhower turns to number 44, Hayden Beckholtz, to close out the game. Ike wins and keeps their playoff hopes alive as the Eagles defeat the Roseville Panthers by a score of 38-13. It's homecoming at Eisenhower, and the Eagles' opponents, the Romeo Bulldogs. Both teams need a win to keep their state playoff hopes alive.
Romeo. Take this kick. Well, the number 4, Brad Tanner.
On Romeo's first drive, Eisenhower's Shane Petke picks off this pass and gets a good return deep into Romeo territory. Petke's interception would lead to this 32-yard field goal by Eric Dolinsky, making it Eisenhower 3, Romeo nothing. On Romeo's next drive, Mark Sokowski introduces himself to the Romeo offense. Despite that play by Sokowski, Romeo's quarterback Paul Hurley goes to the tight end screen, and big number 99 Blake Williams gets 17 yards for a Romeo first down. Romeo would methodically move down the field, and the result would be a 1-yard touchdown plunge by number 9 Mitchell Hess. The extra point was good. The first quarter would end with the Bulldogs leading the Eagles 7-3.
Defensive line, a little different look there. Easy. I'm sorry, that's the end of the first quarter. Romeo Bulldogs 7, Eisenhower 3. We'll be back with more football. Inside the second quarter. 3rd down and 4. Now a fumble. Sokowski's chasing Hurley, fumbles it again. And finally,
in the second quarter, Romeo was plagued by bad snaps from center. On 4th down, Romeo's punter, player Toit, can't handle the snap and has to fall on it at his 8-yard line, and it's 1st and goal, Eisenhower.
Well,
it goes back to that special team we just talked about, Tim. That's a big
all next week.
this is a fun week for the
They go from the shotgun.
On 3rd and goal, Dan Chmielewski would find Nick Ribbing in the corner of the end zone for an Eagle touchdown. The extra point, however, was no good, and the score now was Eisenhower 9, Romeo 7.
by Chmielewski there and Ribbing. That's a tough throw by Dan. I mean, that's a great throw on the run.
Romeo's next drive, Eisenhower's number 22, Chad Sherry, alertly picks off this tip pass and returns it to the Bulldog 3.
Chad Sherry. He's hog-tied at the 4-yard line.
Tip ball and Cherry.
Again on 3rd and goal, Dan Chmielewski rolls out this time to the other side and finds Nick Ribbing, who makes a nice reception for the touchdown. His 2nd of the game. The extra point was good, and the score now was Eisenhower 16, Romeo 7.
Right there to Ribbing. Great catch, great throw. Another Eisenhower touchdown.
Ike's defense was determined not to let Romeo have a ground attack. Number 71, Matt Humphreys, and number 88, Colin Kasiliak, sacked the Romeo quarterback for a loss.
So, as the clock runs down with 16 seconds remaining, and Eisenhower heads into the locker room with a 16-7 lead.
The first half would end with the score Eisenhower 16, Romeo 7.
Eisenhower's homecoming. Eisenhower leads Romeo 16-7.
In the 3rd quarter, Romeo's number 22, Jason Samet, would intercept this Chmielewski pass, and the Bulldogs were in business.
Picked off or was what? We got a penalty flag now?
But the Eisenhower defense wouldn't relent.
Ciliak in there finally dives and grabs him, but
Ike's offense could not get on track either and were forced to punt. Nick Osich makes this great open field tackle.
Nice tackle by Osich.
That was a great job by Osich as a gunner. He was able to get past the defense.
He's knocked all the way back to his 12th.
Then number 3, Charlie Hayes, snuffs out this reverse and tackles Romeo's number 88, Mitch Pasiti, for a loss.
A little hot on the
Romeo
snap.
would pick up a fortunate first down on this play. Again, it's Eisenhower's number 23, Nick Osich, who comes up with a big play as he picks off this Romeo pass, and it's 1st and 10 Eagles. Eisenhower's workhorse running back number 22, Chad Sherry, would carry for 17 yards on this well-blocked play. Then it's Nick Osich for 13 yards and an Eagle first down, ending the third quarter with Eisenhower leading 16-7.
Found his way forward to the 15, 16-yard line for a first down. Tackled out there by, I don't know, that sharp third quarter with the score. The Eisenhower Eagles 16, the Romeo Bulldogs 7. We'll be back with more after this. Fourth quarter, the Eisenhower Eagles with the football.
To begin the fourth quarter, Eisenhower would fumble, and Romeo would recover, ending the Eagle drive.
Looks like we got a bad exchange over center. They're fighting for it. It's not the first time this has happened to Eisenhower. They've had trouble with it all the way. And it looks like Romeo will recover.
Number 88, Colin Kasilniak, beats his opponent and causes this negative yardage play. Romeo again would be plagued by a bad snap from center, and it causes them to have to punt. Number 23, Nick Osich, picks up good yardage. Unfortunately, he fumbles the football, and Romeo has new life.
Football recovered by Romeo. Second and goal.
The turnover would lead to this 4-yard touchdown pass from Paul Hurley to number 9, Mitchell Hess. Hess's second touchdown of the game. The extra point was good, and it was now Eisenhower 16, Romeo 14. Romeo tries the onside kick, but Eisenhower's Charlie Hayes gathers it in for the Eagles and falls on it, and it's Eisenhower 1st and 10. The Bulldogs would get the ball back and have one last chance, but it's broken up by the Eagle defensive secondary, and the Eagles keep their playoff hopes alive with a 16-7 win over the Romeo Bulldogs. The 4-3 Eisenhower Eagles traveled to Stevenson to take on the 3-4 Titans. Eisenhower desperately needs to win to keep their playoff hopes alive. The Stevenson Titans got the ball first and methodically moved the ball down the field. The long Stevenson drive would eventually end as the Eagles' Carter Johnston picks off this Frank D'Ascenzo pass, and it's 1st and 10 Eagles. Despite this run by Ike's quarterback Dan Chmielewski, the Eagles were forced to punt. On the Titans' next drive, they were forced to punt when number 4 Adam Figlin makes this good play. Ike gets a first down as Chmielewski hits Logan Friedel. Chmielewski then goes to the other side and hits Jake Danduran. Good for 6 yards, and the first quarter would end with the score Eisenhower 0, Stevenson 0. In the second quarter, the Eagles were forced to punt, and number 23 Nick Osich covers it perfectly, downing the football on the Stevenson 8. Eisenhower would get another turnover as Shane Petke causes this fumble. It's recovered by number 32 Carter Johnston. That turnover would lead to this 28-yard field goal by Eisenhower's Eric Dolinsky, and the Eagles led 3-0. Eisenhower continued to play well on defense as Logan Friedel leads the way. Dan Chmielewski sets up this screen pass perfectly to number 44, Hayden Beckholt, good for 12 yards. However, this poor handoff exchange causes a fumble, and it's recovered by Stevenson. Stevenson tries a screen play of their own, but it's snuffed out by the Eagles' number 34, Jake Corey. The Eagles almost get another turnover. This low snap causes the quarterback to try and run, and he's tackled for a loss by JoJo Sukar and Logan Friedel, forcing the Titans to punt. Unable to find a receiver, Dan Chmielewski takes off and gets an Ike first down. Eisenhower's number 40, Andrew Sikowski, runs this Packer sweep to perfection as he gets 9 yards on this play. This Dan Chmielewski pass is ruled a lateral, and it's recovered by Stevenson. After the turnover, Colin Kosiliak sacks DiAscenzo for a big loss. Going nowhere with time running out in the first half, the Titans decide to down the football and go into the locker room and regroup. The score at halftime, Eisenhower 3, Stevenson nothing. In the second half, the Titans stop Eisenhower's number 40, Andrew Sikowski, for a loss, but are called for a personal foul penalty, giving the Eagles a first down. On the very next play, Dan Chmielewski throws this pass, and it's picked off and returned to the Eisenhower 8. Number 11, quarterback Frank DiAscenzo weaves his way into the end zone for a Titan touchdown. The extra point was good, and Stevenson led now 7-3. When the Eagles get the ball back, they go to the option, and Andrew Sikowski takes this pitch, good for 7 yards. Then Chmielewski would hit Charlie Hayes for a first down. Despite that, the Eagles are forced to punt, and Brandon Brundurks gets off a good 42-yard kick, and it's first down to Stevenson. The Titan offense turns to their quarterback, Frank DiAscenzo, and he does not disappoint, gaining 12 yards on this run. Then DiAscenzo hits number 10, Nick Berner, for 20 yards to the Eagle 26. Number 3, Charlie Hayes, covers this play well. On 3rd and 1, DiAscenzo fumbles, but he would recover, and it is 4th down. The Titans kicker, Kyle Hibbard, comes on and kicks this 20-yard field goal, making it 10-3 Titans. The third quarter ends with that score. In the fourth quarter, Adam Figlin catches this pass for an apparent good gainer, but Eisenhower is penalized and the gain is for naught. Dan Chmielewski is picked off by number 34, Dustin Carlin of Stevenson. And during his return, Carlin fumbles into the end zone, and it's recovered by number 32, DJ Sutton, for a Stevenson touchdown. The extra point was good, and the Titans now led 17-3. With 11:20 left to go in the fourth quarter, Eisenhower goes to their 2-minute offense, and Dan Chmielewski hits Adam Figlin for 12 yards. Number 3, Charlie Hayes, with great concentration, makes this catch for another Eagle first down. Hauling in this pass for the touchdown. The extra point was no good, and the Titans now led 17-9. On Stevenson's first play from scrimmage after the kickoff, this bad snap causes a big loss for the Titans. The Titans then would fumble. It's recovered by number 71, Matt Humphreys. With 8:09 left in the fourth quarter, things were looking up for Ike. Number 22, Chad Sherry, muscles his way into the end zone, and it's a touchdown for Eisenhower, making it 17-15 Stevenson. The Eagles go for two, but it's a disaster. And they're still in it, though. With 7:57 left, they trail 17-15. With the game close again, the Titans turn to their quarterback, Frank D'Ascenzo, and he gets 9 yards on this play. Then D'Ascenzo hits number 34, Justin Carlin, for a big Titan first down. On 4th and inches, D'Ascenzo sneaks it for a first down. With 1 minute and 19 seconds left and the ball on the Titan 45, it's 2nd and 18 because of a penalty. Number 32, DJ Sutton, gets upended here by Shane Petke, and it's 3rd down. Stevenson is forced to punt, and Ike has the ball with just 37 seconds left. After 2 incompleted passes, Chmielewski hits Nick Ribbing for a first down. With 2.6 seconds left to play, Chmielewski heaves this ball deep, and it's caught by Hayes, but it's way short of the goal line, and time would run out on the Eagles. Stevenson would win 17-15, inflicting severe damage to Ike's playoff hopes. The Eisenhower Eagles would take on the Warren Cousino Patriots in the final regular season game in 2013. They desperately needed a win to stay alive for the state playoffs. Eisenhower is 9-2 all-time against the Warren Cousino Patriots, with the last Patriot victory coming in 1984. Eisenhower's number 22, Chad Sherry's play here on 2nd down forces the Patriots deeper into their own territory. Sherry would keep up this level of play for the entire game. Eisenhower's Nick Osich blocks this Cousino punt, and it's 1st and 10 Eagles from the Patriot 14. The blocked punt would lead to this 32-yard field goal by Eisenhower's number 14, Eric Dolinsky. On Cousino's next series, Logan Friedel and Nick Osich bottle up the Patriot running attack. The Patriots would have to punt on this series.
About a yard, maybe, huh? Oh, and it's picked off.
Eisenhower would get bit by the turnover bug as Dan Chmielewski's pass is picked off by the Patriots' number 5, Nick Palmer. The Patriots get a good gain on this screen pass to Mike Greer. Shane Petke of Eisenhower strips the ball, but it goes out of bounds, and it's still Patriot football. The first quarter would end with Ike leading 3-0. Beginning in the second quarter, Cousino would tie the score at 3s with this 34-yard field goal.
Duncan makes a field goal.
A fired-up Cousino defense takes advantage of this snap over Dan Chmielewski's head and force Eisenhower to punt.
He is not going anywhere. These will be deep for Eisenhower. Last punt was
The Patriot offense, however, could do nothing with the football, and they were forced to punt.
gets away. Hayes has got it. Jungles it. He's at the 50. He's trying to go around the left side. Got a few blocks. Carter Johnson with a great block. Now he's to the 25, to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Eisenhower.
Charlie Hayes' 50-yard punt return puts Ike in the lead, and Eisenhower never looked back.
Great job there, Collins blocking, and after that quick bobble,
On the ensuing kickoff, Carter Johnston's big hit causes a fumble, and it's recovered by Eisenhower senior number 98, Jalen Lambert, and it's 1st and 10 Eagles. Number 44, Hayden Beckholtz, busts through the line for a 23-yard gain and an Eagle first down. On 4th down, the Eagles go for it. But Chad Sherry is stuffed, and it's Patriots football. The Eagle defense hangs tough, and they force Cousino to punt. The punt is blocked by number 59, Mark Solkowski, and it's 1st and goal Eagles at the Patriot 1. The block punt would lead to a 1-yard touchdown plunge by quarterback Dan Chmielewski. The extra point was good, and it was now Eisenhower 17, the Patriots 3. And the first half would end with that score, Eisenhower 17, Warren Cousino 3. On Eisenhower's first possession of the second half, the Eagles turn to their sophomore number 40, Andrew Solkowski, and he nets 21 yards on this run. Solkowski's strong running would lead to this 23-yard field goal by number 14, Eric Dolinsky, and Ike now led 20-3. In the third quarter, the Patriots were having a little success running the football, but they laid an egg on this play, and Eisenhower's number 66, Jojo Sukar, falls on it. Dan Chmielewski goes right to work on 3rd down as he hits his tight end Logan Friedel for a 13-yard gain and an Eagle first down. Then Chmielewski pitches to Chad Sherry for a nice 5-yard gain. Chmielewski again to pass, and he throws a strike to number 33, Nick Ribbing, for a 22-yard gain. The third quarter would end with Ike knocking on the door and leading 20-3. To begin the fourth quarter, Ike turns to number 42, Tracy Johnson, and he cuts and slashes to the Patriots 17. Dan Chmielewski's spectacular run would lead to this score, and the extra point was good, and Eisenhower now led 27-3. Again on the ensuing kickoff, the Patriots would fumble, and again it's recovered by Eisenhower's number 21, Jake Bradsher. That turnover would lead to this 20-yard run by quarterback Dan Chmielewski for his 3rd touchdown of the game. The extra point was good, and Eisenhower now led 34-3. The Patriots would answer with this 75-yard touchdown run by number 2, Mike Greer. The extra point was good, and the score now was 34-10 Eagles. To kill some clock, the Eagles turn to number 42, Tracy Johnson, and he gives Ike some hard running. With number 80, Jake Danduran, in at quarterback, managing the rest of the game, he pitches to number 40, Andrew Solkowski, for a big gain. The Eisenhower Eagles win their final regular season game of 2013 with a 34-10 victory over the Warren Cousino Patriots. The Eagles finish 5-4 on the year and have a chance at the state playoffs. Stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed our 2013 review of the Eisenhower Eagle football season. We hope that you'll stay tuned to Shelby TV for more Eisenhower Eagle football in the future. For all our folks here at Shelby TV and for the Eisenhower Eagle coaching staff, I'm Tim Meyer saying we'll see you next time right here on Shelby TV.